So I've had 9 children, all by the same sire. We're a brand. I think we've created a brand. We've created a breed of our own. Yeah. Okay, that's weird. Why'd you say that? I don't know. Each of my kids, I know for sure they've had the same 2 parents, biological parents, okay? And I had, like I said, I've had 9 children, given birth to 9, conceived, given birth, went through the whole thing of being pregnant for 9 months. 8 out of 9 have green or blue eyes, and only one of them has brown eyes, and they're a darker brown than mine. I remember one time we had this little conversation with a pediatrician. Well, that's kind of strange that your kids all seem to have blue or green eyes. One would have thought that it's a dominant trait, brown eyes. But with me, I'm the halfway sort of person, on the surface you think, well, they're one way, but then, you don't quite make it. That's true about me. You seem smart, but on further inspection, you're not really that smart. You seem pretty, and I don't want to put myself down, but it's kind of been true about me. You don't quite fit any definition or category that we have invented as a society. Okay, good. Now you can call me an individual. Anyway, so I thought, when I finally, it was important to me. I wanted to have a child that had brown eyes. I don't know why. It's not like I'm a racist or anything. Somehow it validates my humanity or individuality that I actually was able to conceive and give birth to a child who ended up having brown eyes. Darker brown than mine, just a little bit darker. Is that crazy? It's not that I'm against blonde people or people with green eyes or blue eyes. But for me, this is a very personal thing, to be the little brown-eyed girl, like that song from the 70s or something. I don't know. Society, more than ever, wants to categorize people. Well, if you look like this person, you must think like that person. You must act like that person. And I understand it. African Americans experience discrimination even to this day. Well, because some people are criminals, you must be a criminal too. But see, I've experienced discrimination, if you don't mind my saying so. Because you're poor, you must be a thief. Well, I even got a job when I was pregnant with, I think it was the 7th child, a job at a university law office. And they didn't let me, when they originally hired me, they said, well, you're going to be handling accounts and things like that. You seem like a really bright person because you're in the gifted and talented program, but actually they kicked me out at the end because my GPA had just sunk just a little bit beneath what it ought to have been, so they just turned me over to arts and sciences. You're no longer in the best and brightest group. You're just a common peasant. But anyway, when I was hired, they said, well, you're gonna do this and that. And then it took them a few days, and they said, oh, well, they're just doing background checks. Turns out all I did was like work that a very intelligent 4-year-old could do. Just they would not trust me with any sort of accounting stuff. Not that I was interested. I'm sure I was able to learn, it turns out they must have done a background check. They must have found out that we declared bankruptcy in 2006, which is, it's ironic that they would discriminate against somebody. It is not a crime to declare bankruptcy. It's a crime to rob a bank. If I had been a bank robber, oh no, well, that person's just going to embezzle money. You know, it's the pot calling the kettle black, if you ask me. If you're that suspicious of somebody, well, poor people, they're always desperate. They always want to rob. Well, for goodness, for the love of anything at all. You know, I don't want to use terminology that offends people, and I'm really trying not to these days. It's not that people were rude, but it was like the elephant in the room with you. And then I was, not too long after that, I was accepted into law school, and then I just decided not to go. Why did you decide not to go? I probably would have had a nervous breakdown. Can you imagine like an attorney going into court and then starting to cry uncontrollably? That would have been me. I'm a sensitive soul. I can't be anything other than what I am. I'm just a sensitive soul. Well, you're no Van Gogh, are you? Someday, whatever talent I have, it's just going to... well, I think it's already emerging. And I think it's already being appreciated. But the world has no category for somebody like me. I don't think I'm dishonest, but I'm not like the total straight arrow, am I? Am I the straight and narrow arrow? Well, what about people that are too heavy? Like, you know, I'm kind of too heavy. Like, is that criminal to be overweight? Why do you need all this medication for your type 2 diabetes? You're eating donuts all day long, aren't you? I have a very close relative that has type 1 diabetes, and they commented, wow, you're so thin. Well, it's because it's type 1. You know, it's not his lifestyle, although he really does like donuts. So, you know, you're just scratching your head. You're wondering if there's a donut connection. So if he likes sugar, fine, but my gosh. I don't even like food. I mean, food for me, I eat like 1 meal a day now. I just don't know. I'm in a place in my life where nobody can seem to help me or appreciate me. You know, I sound like you have a persecution complex. I know you psychoanalyst people, you're always trying to analyze people. Analyze yourself, you know, give yourself that examination, that self-examination that you probably are long overdue for. Okay, just saying, sorry. So when I post that terrible, never mind, I can't talk about that because people will think I'm being disrespectful, so I can't. No, I just, you know, sometimes I post things and people don't like it. They think I'm a terrible, bigoted person. I think I'm very open-hearted and warm, but I have a sharp edge to me, you know? I'm not somebody else. You know, I'm not your little carbon copy Barbie doll that you can purchase in a box. I am an individual. I think you are too. I mean, you're not demonstrating it. The people that tend to demonstrate that tend to be criminals, you know. It's like, well, I wouldn't go that far. I'm certainly not one to judge. Antisocial personality disorder or something. Oh, yeah, I don't. My brothers seem to hang out with those kinds of people with the antisocial personality disorder, whereas these days everybody everybody avoids me. Churchy people avoid me. Hippies avoid me. Everybody avoids me like the plague. And, well, maybe I am the plague. I'm a new brand of virus. I'm not only a breed, I'm a virus, and I'm spreading. See? There you go. There you go. You're getting your mojo on now, aren't you? So I'd just like to say to my kids, maybe it is hard growing up in a large family because everybody wants to compare you to everybody else, and you want to be yourself, and then you feel as if you don't fit in, like you don't measure up to somebody. You're worse than somebody. I have at least 2 children on the spectrum of autism. I've learned to live with it. Oh, I said to my husband the other day, the one who's leaving bruises on me is not myself. Somebody is hitting me, and I know who it is. This person is 10 years old. I mean, nobody... And I know that he has a disorder, and I don't know where it came from. I just think it's probably a combination of genetics and environmental factors. He's a sweet kid. He's sweet, but at times he can be a little bit of a jerk, just like all of us can. So it's odd, and it's very interesting. When you do something bad, well, that defines you. When you do something good, well, that's just a fluke. It's so backwards, isn't it? But the most important thing, I think, about being an individual, if you really, 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 well, there might be a couple of important things. Want people to really believe that you are an authentic brand yourself. Don't be a liar. Don't be treacherous. Don't undermine people. Don't be envious. Follow through with most of your commitments, which I don't follow through with a lot of my commitments anymore because I'm that sort of a person. Mom, I don't believe in astrology, but Mother said, well, we're Libras. We're always kind of weighing stuff. The scales is the symbol of being a Libra. I don't follow astrology, but that's me. I don't want to make a mistake. I don't like to make decisions because I don't want to make mistakes. You understand? It's so hard for me to make a decision about anything. Is it a weakness? God will use your weaknesses for His glory. Right? When we are weak, we are strong. That's what St. Paul said. Mm-hmm. A lot of the guys in my family, they're just like, I feel like they just get too angry and they just really go overboard. They even damage things. My father used to throw things and break things. I even imitated him. I've thrown things and broken things too. At least I haven't broken anybody's jaw or nose, right? I mean, thank God for that. When you have that, what is that? That's that factor. You just, I don't know, maybe it's too much testosterone. I have these huge biceps. I don't even go and lift weights. I sit around most of the day watching television and being depressed. No, that's not true. I hope that it will not be true tomorrow. Anyway, what are you going to do? Are you going to challenge? Are you going to challenge your fate? Your kismet? Your kismet? How would you say it? I believe that God has a plan for all of us. Let us be humble enough to embrace the fact that other people might be trying their best too, even though you assume that they are just trying to interfere with what you want. Let's try to work together. Let's give peace a chance. That's all I'm saying. And wow, just don't judge by appearances. Please Stop judging people like the cover of a book. You can't judge a book by its cover. Nor a person, can